Welcome to MyCon Training. We are back to discuss the anti-bias approach, which is a very important thing in children's life, children's play situations. In today's westernized culture, there is an acceptance of non-stereotypical gender play, and children are encouraged to play their interest. It is accepted that boys dress up, wear pink, and play with dolls and prams. Girls is gonna go play with prams. Girls are encouraged to play in a block corner, explore science, engage in ball games. In early childhood education, we use an anti-bias approach where we encourage children to use a range of equipment based on their interests. So no matter if we are going to introduce a doctor play, we don't say the girls are allowed to do the doctors and the boys are allowed to go and outside and play with the balls. We encourage every children to come and participate, and that is an anti-bias approach because we want every children to explore every single aspect. Some families today are adopting a gender neutral philosophy, so their children has the opportunity to choose what they want to be without society's value being imposed from birth. So what is a pedagogy anyway? What is pedagogy? So pedagogy is, as I said earlier as well, that pedagogy basically is the way of you teach. It's another word for education. It's another word for profession. It's another word of your way of teaching. So if somebody says, what is pedagogy? Pedagogy is the strategy of how the educators teach in practical and theory. So basically, we as an educator, the way we teach in our practical, in our theory, in our way, that is our pedagogy. That is our way of teaching. Here is some videos of outside sand play, learning to take risk, counting flowers and all that. And it's a great examples of different kind of videos of children engaging in different play. The UN Convention on the Right of the Child. So the UN Convention on the Right of the Child has been introduced to make sure that the right of the children are maintained. The right of the children are always important. Here is some reading, simplified version of UN rights, and all the rights are included in here. Read the article from a CHCECE036, we hear you. So it's a very important, it's a great article. It's a great article for educators to read and explore, to understand the fact of how we can hear the children. Now we are going to the chapter number 3, which is the creating environment for play. We talked about the history, that how play got until here. And then we talk about the importance of play, the play situations that varies from culture to culture, country to country, race to race, and in different ways, like in different situations. Now it's important for us to learn how to create those play, how to create those environment for play. Because for say example, if I'm not creating an environment, we are not giving enough opportunity for the children to play. Because for us, it is like just play, but for children it's their work. They need to have, if you come to your work and you see you got no desk, you got no laptop, you got no cup for your own individual coffee, you got no chair for sit, you can just go and grab somebody else's. You won't feel like you belong from that place. You won't feel like you want to work in that place. So work is work for us and play is work for children. So if we are not creating that environment, that image, that situation that involves them to come and play, it's not going to be worth it. We don't see the full of the child. We don't see a whole child. So for us in here, the main important question is, what does a childcare look like? So the childcare is the place where the children come to play. It should look welcoming. It should look engaging. It should look that the children wants to go and play and explore. So Comfortable spaces for solitude, for connecting with others. It should be personal, like you should have a personal item such as your photographs, frames, meaningful tokens, lives of your life, who lives there, like your family picture, your picture. Reading materials such as books, magazine, brochures, notebooks and reference books, variety of floor covering with soft furnished and complementary colors, and smells associated for the family life, like cooking candles and flowers and all this. It should look welcoming. It should actually look welcoming. What should a play environment look like if following the EYLF? So what does the play environment should look like? The play environment should look like something that will support their imagination. It should be sufficient for them to explore. It should be sufficient to have a range of natural and recycled materials. The play environment should be appropriate, the age appropriate. It should be engaging. It should be suitable for all the children to go and explore. So we should use real food for play. We should create areas where different type of plays are there. We should create some areas of play. If the kitchen area and the painting area is cluttered together, it is not welcoming. So we need to make sure that when we are creating this environment, when we are creating this space, we should look, is it approaching? It is appealing. It is engaging. If the child comes and play, will the child engage in here for longer period of time? So the play area should be engaging, involving and welcoming, and we should make sure that it is a place for discovery. It is a place for exploration. How do you support children's cultural inclusion during play? Use real food for play. Do service still do that? And create areas for different type of play. Look, we should create different types of play areas as sections. Play should be inclusive, like it should be having a lot of different opportunities, like different kind of books from different culture, different kind of dress up areas, and also the question about real food. Some services does not want to use real food because of the policy. Because at this stage, when we are promoting a lot of sustainability, a lot of savings, recycle, reusing, we really don't want, some services will say, we really don't want to use food and throw them in the bin. Previously, at some stage, like I'll talk about 15-20 years back, yes, we used to cut apples in different kind of shapes. We would have food like, to do some coloring, like pasta coloring, making necklaces. But these days, lots of services are not really doing it because of the sustainability approach and sustainability policy. They just want food not to be wasted. So it totally depends on the center's philosophy, the center's policy, that if the center really want to use actual food for play. Yes, we can have a sandwich making day. We can have a pizza day where the children can make their own pizza, where the children can have their own sandwich made by themselves. So this is also play with real food, but we are not wasting them. We are making them for us to eat. So yeah, depending on service philosophy, it is a question, do we really use real food to play or not? Areas of the environment, children need a place to play alone, play with others, rest, move about, be messy, indoor and outdoor. Open and close, it's very important that we have an open and close. Like for say example, if we are giving children to do something to draw, and we print out a dinosaur and give them, say, oh, hello, let's go, we do an activity where it's a dinosaur. And the dinosaur is there. You ask any children, they will say, oh, I drawn a dinosaur. I painting a dinosaur. My dinosaur is red, my dinosaur is yellow, my dinosaur is green. So it's all dinosaur. But instead of giving a dinosaur printable, if you give a blank white paper and tell them to draw, you see some children are drawing playground, some children are drawing their mummy, some children are drawing their holiday they've been for their summer holidays, or they just been to spend some time with their grandma and they went for a treasure hunt. So the activity should be open. So the more the activity is open, the more the activity is open, it is the more choices for the children's, and we get a lot of directions from them. So open areas provide a range of choices. They are ongoing. They can be developed in different directions. As example, it would be block, dramatic play area, literacy area, stack and materials. And the closed play area could be like a furnished cooking area or furnished cubby house, or would be just the puzzles, So we want always to go open, not close, just to see what these little humans are thinking. High and low mobility. High mobility areas are those areas who has got a lot of traffic flows, like a lot of children really like it. And low mobility areas will be like a lot of place, like a limited traffic flow, and limited children are doing that. Group and individual, as we know, when children play in a group, like it can be 1, 2, 3 or 4, like 2 children, 3 or 4. And individual is like a child doing their own thing. Still can be in a group, but still doing it in their own. Soft and hard environment provided like soft surface such as table, chairs, hard surface such as table, chairs, easels, and soft surface are like, small cushion area, sitting area, lounge, armchairs, soft mattress area where they can just lie down and play nicely. That could be a soft areas. Here comes the risk and safe play area. Risk play is so important for children to learn, because they learn to measure their own risk. So there are risks present in the environment. This may include steps, small equipment for babies and chemicals. Obviously, we don't want to give tiny little Legos or puzzles to children. I mean, for babies, maybe Duplos instead of little Legos. So we have to measure the risk first for them to play in a risky play area. Safe areas are like soft falls, cushions, grass area, sandpit area. Those are soft play areas. Safety, define into groups and come up safety consideration. You can do this activity with your friends and peers, like what are the safety consideration for the babies you have to think about, what are the safety consideration for 2 years old that we have to think about, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So definitely the safety concern for the babies are going to be a lot rather than the safety concern for the preschoolers or toddlers. Active supervision video. This is a great video. Active supervision, ensuring and promoting children's learning, and there is also an info sheet over there which includes outdoor play information, that how we can do that. Here is a little video, environment for learning. That is a great video from Visit Early Childhood Learning Australia. Essential leading a CHCECE036 outdoor environment. It's very important that how we want our outdoors to be. Here is a difference. We already learned the stages of play and a type of play, like the onlooker, solitary, parallel, cooperative plays. And also we look at the type of play like social play, dramatic play, constructive play. So it's already been discussed. So type of play experience: sensory, construction, dramatic, exploratory, manipulative, physically active, creative and expressive, and functional. Develop experience for children. So we can always develop and plan environments for children. It can be small group, big group. So refer to your learner guide. So there is some kind of different postures. You can always think about how you can develop experience for children which will be really engaging for them. Now let's have some fun in the classroom and think about some activities. You can always think about activities which could be really hands-on, and when you're doing the activities, coming to this point, you can always use this category and think about like what kind of sensory activities you can list. Maybe 3 sensory activities, 3 constructions activities, 3 dramatic activities, 3 exploratory. So all these sections we can think, and we can think about the activities that can be done with the children. Now we finish discussing chapter number 3 here, and I'm going to discuss chapter number 4 in our next video. Thank you for listening.